Hello everyone. In this session, I'm going to tell you troubleshooting of the configuration. It means that you have done the configuration, but that is not working. So we will do packet debug. We will capture the flow basics, and then we will understand that how you can diagnose the problem with that. So I have done the flow basic, and you can see that I can see that no route during the session setup and packet was dropped. The magic was there, or I should say the problem, that in fact I was not able to see that drop in the logs of the firewall. I did my packet capture and it was not even found in the packet capture. I see the drop, the packet is getting dropped, but I don't see the reason that why the packet is getting dropped in the packet capture. Then we decided to go for the flow basics, and that flow basics give me the exact detail that why the packet is getting dropped. So in this lab setup, I was struggling to configure the DNAT. Basically, the DNAT configuration I have done, but the only problem I was not able to ping the required server. So if you don't know the destination NAT, not to worry. The ultimate conclusion is that from this machine, which is having an IP address of 20.20.20, I want to ping this server 10.1.1.100. So the ping will be, I will be doing the ping 200.200.200, and that will be translated to this 10.1.1.100, and that's how the ping should be working. So not to worry if you don't understand that part, don't worry, just focus that I will be pinging from 20.20.20 to 200.200.200. And the problem is that I'm not getting any response from the machine. So if I'm not getting the response, then obviously I need to troubleshoot that why it is not happening. So in order to do that, I will go for the flow basic. So everything configuration setup, everything is fine. I'm not going deep dive on that one. The only thing we are going to learn in this session, the flow basics. So obviously, you need some commands to configure the packet diagnostics filter. So what you do, you just always go to search, like you can search the flow basics in Palo Alto. Okay, so I can give you the link, but I do not prefer that one because these links are getting updated next time. Like after you're watching after a certain time, and you might see that that link has gone. So rather than giving link, I'm giving you that how you can find. So search with like Flow Basics in Palo Alto. Just click on the first link. Always, not first link. Just always focus that the link you are opening that should be from Palo Alto Networks, not any other website, because that may not be genuine and not the proper. Okay, so they might misguide you to do the wrong things. So that's how we'll follow this article and configure the destination net. So I'm good on it. So I will not be, or sometimes requires, I will be looking onto it, and based on that one, we will configure our flow basics. All right. So let's do it. And the topology is similar to this. All right. And now if I proceed for the flow basics, let me log in my firewall. 92.168.127.130 is my firewall IP. I'm logged on to the firewall, and now let's see some of the flow basic commands. So let me increase a little bit font size so that it could be like more easy for you to view. It could be like not visible clearly. So I will go a little bit higher font size. All right. So the very first command that we check it out, that what are the debug settings are there or not. Okay. So the command is we use here is debug. You can always put the tab data plane packet diagnostic show setting. So I'm just following that article, whatever was I have shown you before sometime. You can also go through, and those commands you can do it. So if I run this command, you can see the settings what is available right now. So you see that the packet filter is enabled, yes, and filter offload is yes, logging is not enabled yet, and packet capture is not enabled. Okay, so all three options we see it. So in like sometimes we also enable the packet capture during our investigation, but right now I'm not going to do that one. Very first thing you see that the packet filter is yes, but we don't see the filter that what filter it is, right? So we have to filter that, okay, our source will be source IP address will be 20.20.20 and the destination IP will be 200.200.200. So that's depending on our case because I'm trying to ping from this machine 20.20.20 to 200.200.200, which is residing somewhere on the firewall. Okay, so I will have to filter. If you do not filter, like it will capture a very huge traffic and like it will be hard for the firewall to manage that, right? So one more thing, this is like the CPU uses are going to high once you run this packet debug. So always make sure that you do it or perform it on the maintenance window. Okay, because if the CPU usage goes beyond the limit, your firewall may restart or and then you may fall into the outage. So let's set out the filter. Our filter will be set it up like this. Okay, so we can use the command debug data plane packet diagnostic set filter match and source should be our 20.20.20 and the destination I'm going to put as 200.200.200.200. We can also mention our destination port. Okay, so like this, destination port 80. We can also mention our protocol number, but right now I'm not going to set any destination port. But like if you need the destination port as a filter, you can put it here as well. Okay, and I hit enter. So one more thing I just want to tell you that these filters you can also do it from the GUI, right? So if you go on the packet capture under the monitor tab here, okay, so you see that the filters, okay, right now, and if you see this manage filters, whatever the filter I have just set 20.20.20 destination 200.200.200, that's visible here. So if you don't want to set it on from the command prompt, you can also set from the GUI via add here filter option here. Okay, so right now I have one, but I have to set it in the reverse way as well. Like whenever the reply packet will be coming, then also please capture. So I'll put the source as 200.200.200 and the destination as 20.20.20. So I will go back to the CLI and configure from there. You can also do from the GUI, that's not a problem. So on the destination, I will put as 20.20.20. Okay. So I will just modify a little bit. I did an up arrow and just modifying so that like, am I saving my time? I'm not sure that am I saving my time or not, but that's how like we can also do. Okay, so source I'm setting as 200.200.200 and the destination as 20.20.20. Hit enter. So another filter is set. So now you can see in the GUI that that filter has been set and you can view it from here. Okay, so right now I will cancel it. And if I click on this packet capture once again, you see that two filters are set. And if I hit manage filters, the reverse one is also set. So whatever you do with the CLI, you can do via GUI as well. Next thing, what we have to do, we have to, like our filter is set. If you see the settings now, you can see the filters available, right? So now if I'm seeing the settings that what are my packet debug settings, so I can see that filters are set. Filter is enabled and also these filter values are available. Now, next thing is we whenever we do the flow basics, it is very important to check that you do not have any existing session for the source and destination IP, whatever you are capturing it, right? Because if you it has an existing session, then it could be like you do not see the session setup or the problem what it was facing in the fast path, slow path. Okay, so slow path and fast path are covered in the packet flow. So you might have to watch some other videos of me. So if I find out the filters, the session that whether there's an existing session or not. So I wanted to check. So session and all filter source 20.20.20. So I'm filtering that any session which is for the source 20.20.20 and the destination 200.200.200.200. And then it says there's no active session. That's fine. But even if there is a session, so this time I don't see any active session, but if you find that, you always do that clear session. Okay. So what you can do, clear session all, filter same above whatever it is there. You can just do copy and paste. Okay. So I will just copy it and paste it here. Source and extension. So session clear. What if even if it was not there, so I need not to run that command, but I just run so that you can do in your case if you find that session. Okay. And now the thing is that you have to enable the debug packet capture. The logging should be enabled now. So I will go debug. This is very important thing. It gives you the warning as well. Packet diagnostic set log on. So you see that the warning at the bottom, that packet log is enabled. Enable debug log could result in the network outage, not recommended if data plane CPU is above 60%. So that's why it's recommended to go on the maintenance window. So if I see the settings now, you see it here that my logging is enabled. Okay, my filter is set. I'm not doing the packet capture, but that's fine. So my logging is enabled. Now I will try to ping from my machine. Okay, so I go to my Windows machine. I try to ping now. So whatever I will be doing, that will be logging it on the flow basics. Like my firewall will be investigating deeply, and then it will collecting those logs that what exactly it is happening so that I can like view it on the CLI. So that's fine. Once it is timed out, I will go to my CLI once again. So now it is important that how basically you can view those logs, whatever you have just collected. So my ping is done. My firewall would have collected those logs for that ping. Now it's my job to find out that what the logs has been collected. Okay. So these logs are usually from the multiple files. Okay. So I have to combine them in all of them. So for example, I do less. So there are like different type of logs. So usually logs are collected on the DP logs, but here my logs are collected on the MP logs. So if in your case it is either in the MP log, MP is basically a management plane and data plane. So my logs are being collected on the MP log. So I will go in this. If your logs are being going on the DP log, then you can check in the DP log. So if I go to the less MP log, okay, then you see that the multiple uh, file could be available there. Okay, so less or basically I have to combine these logs. Okay, so if I combine these logs in a single file, so for that one combining, we use this command debug data plane packet tag and aggregate logs. So whatever like it is available, this is the file name I'm giving packet diagnostic, and just please aggregate all the logs of the data plane. Okay, and I hit enter. So you see that it is giving that pan packet diagnostic log is aggregated. So this is a file where all my logs will be available. Okay, so this is an aggregated file for the all the logs. So now it's my job to view this file. Okay, so I will see less. That's basically stored under inside our MP log. So MP log, and then I will copy this file name and paste it here. Okay, hit enter. So now it is just like traversing all the file one by one. So you can keep on looking that wherever it is like this is like large size, large file size, and you can keep on checking that source as 220.20.20 and destination as 200.200.200, right? So it's like very have to you have to be very precise and looking on to these logs. But I have like logging these as well. So even if I miss it, I can go back to my notepad, like open the notepad and go in the search. So there should be somewhere, but I don't see it. Okay, I see it now. Yeah. So you see that it is sending packet to 10.1.100 2020, not this one. So I will go a little bit up. I don't see 200 yet. Okay, so it is sending. Okay, I see it here now. No. Okay, let me scroll slowly. Or let me do one thing. Let me just finish it and then we will search on the notepad. Okay, because these are logs are already collected on the uh, I'm logging this session, right? So I will open that file, whatever I have collected, because finding these results here is like a little tedious task. That's why I prefer to go via logging this session. Okay, so now I'm opening this log file, whatever I have just collected. Okay, so I open that firewall logs, notepad, and here I sent you in front of you. Okay, so these are the logs which has been collected. So if I increase the font size a little bit, zoom in one more, or like this should be, no? Yeah. So now I have increased the font size so that you can view it properly. And now my job to search with 200, 200.200. So that's why my destination. I will search it. Let's see where it has been found. Okay, cool. So if you see here, debug data plane, packet diagnose. Okay, so that's the filter I'm fitting. So packet setting. Okay, I will go next. Okay, I run that command. That's fine. Okay, now I got something here. Okay, so you see that it is saying as a packet received at the slow path stage, right? Tag this one and packet info, length interface 18 and all. Packet decoded dump. It was an L2 packet from this MAC address to it was going to this MAC address, and the IP address was from 20.20.20 to 200.200.200. Okay, and then we check it like session setup, and now it is saying as the packet dropped, right? That's like my ultimate result for what we have done this much of the problem. And now it is saying there's no route during session setup. So whenever it's like try to set up the session on the firewall, it's doesn't find a route. Like there's no route on the firewall that where basically that 200 and 200.200 is there, from which interface it has to go out, right? So forwarding info is not available because it doesn't know that on which session it should send it out. So if it doesn't know that one, so for that it's not able to do the policy lookup, because for the policy lookup it needs the destination zone. If it doesn't know the destination zone, it cannot do go for the policy lookup, and that's why the session setup has been failed. As a result, the packet was getting dropped. So what I have to do, if there's a no route, I have to add the route on my firewall. So what I do, I go to my firewall and add a route. Okay. So what I do for the 200.200, all my packet should go towards this interface. This is my server. Okay. So this is like my topology. I know it. And the ultimate reason I know it, that why is the problem is. Okay. And if I go to network, default, static route, and please, now, if you don't know that how to static route and all works, that you have to watch the other videos for that purpose. Okay, so it's like almost impossible to cover everything in one session, because this packet debug is really a complex task, and this is usually people enterprise reach TAC to do these flow basics. They do not do by yourself. But if you're confident enough, you can go for it. So the name I'm giving that to the route 200.200.200.200. Destination, it should be 200, same. That's what we are setting it up for. Okay. And interface, I'm putting none, and please forward it towards the 10.1.100. Okay. So this is my destination IP. And if everything is fine, I will click OK and commit. Okay, something is wrong. No, there's nothing wrong, right? Interface that's not required. Next hop IP is fine. 10.1.100 is also fine. Yeah, request everything is fine, right? Why it is giving an error? Oh, okay. That already is well there. I think that's why it is saying. I think I had it twice. Okay, so let me delete that. So for that 200.200.200, it should be forwarded to next of this one. Okay, I will do commit. So basically, I should stop it here because you know that how what you found the problem and it's almost done. So if you want to see like my other videos, you can go to my website. My website is this freshdeveloper.online. Okay, you can see this on the tab and you can go to the self-learning and here you can see some of the videos on the 48 firewall, checkpoint firewall, as well as on the Palo Alto firewall. I'm also recording some of the sessions for the basic like CCNA and Linux for hackers. Some other sessions are coming like Splunk or ethical hacking, so they will be also updated very soon. All right, so we stop here and see you soon in the upcoming videos that about the different learnings.